All right, bang. Today is Wednesday. It is March 22nd. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Free Swim Wednesday. It's myself, it's Chief, it's Danny. How are we, boys?
You go first, Chief.
I feel great. I had my first good night's sleep in like 4
Wow,
months.
congratulations.
Yeah.
I know that was big for you.
I woke up at 6:30 today.
She's sleeping in.
I know. It was practically lunchtime.
What a bummer.
And and I don't know. I'm all spry, feeling good, ready to do this show, ready to do the mid show. I'm feeling like $1 million. It's amazing what sleep will do.
David Goggins will be very disappointed in you, and Mark Wahlberg. This guy's sleeping until 6:30.
Fucking Wahlberg.
What made you sleep later? Did you take some melatonin?
Yep. My mom listened to the podcast, and she sent me a bunch of supplements. So I got like magnesium and this special kind of melatonin and all this stuff, and I've been taking it at specific times. And then I've been doing like the morning light thing from fucking Dave Andrew Huberman. And so I'm emptying the bag of tricks.
Look
and
at
it
you,
finally
dude.
dialed something in. I feel like so now I just got to repeat it every day.
I'm like genuinely happy for you.
I can see that in your face. Yeah,
That's good.
so now if I suck on the show, I have no excuse. So that's the only downside.
Sleep affects it greatly,
Yeah.
for sure. Like I know when I'm dragging, I'm like, oh fuck, like
Yep,
this show could be better.
totally.
They say under 5 hours of sleep, there's a 200% chance that you'll make a mistake. I think I've said that before. My source is a Joe Rogan podcast.
That math checks out though.
Yeah.
People probably fucking hate us for that. That's basically our source for a lot of stuff.
Is it?
I don't know. I feel like we reference it a lot.
I don't even listen to it that much.
Neither do
the
I.
clips.
Neither do I.
I've seen since he moved over to Spotify.
Yeah, same.
Because I'm always getting something with my Spotify. I'm always getting logged out, and then I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not listening to anything on there today.
I like to watch the 15 minutes clip that he posts.
Okay.
Nothing against him. I just
Yeah.
Yeah. You change gears, so to speak. I've heard melatonin's a myth, though.
So, I had thought that too, and so when my mom is like, she's a nut about the health stuff and like knows every fucking detail about everything. It's bananas. She should be a doctor. And so when I'm like, melatonin, what is this, 2006? And I'm like, I thought this like hindered your ability to produce. She goes, no, you have to take 3 milligrams like exactly a half hour before you go to bed. And I guess like after the age of 30, so everybody in this room, including Danny, your body just doesn't produce as much as it used to. So like I remember like my dad when I was growing up, he was up at 4 every day. And I just thought, I'm like, this guy's a lunatic. And he was just always stressed out and like he had a long commute and all that kind of stuff. So but I just chalked it up to that. But it could just be like a
Placebo?
physiological thing where your body's not producing it at the amounts that you need to get proper sleep. But if you take too much or the wrong kinds, like my mom's like very keen on like specific brands. I don't want to shout them out because they're not a sponsor, but I'll tell you guys privately. and then if you dial it in, it has to be like no more than 3 milligrams and you're fine.
So I think I watched this like British sleep doctor on a podcast before. I forget where it might have actually been Rogan. So
Yeah, that's where I got that quote from.
Okay, there we go. We are just on the same trajectory. And that guy said, he's like, melatonin, it only really works if you're like, it's like a jet lag thing and like your body needs to get back on like a certain clock.
But you also want to have like your levels at what they were at 25. So if you're just not producing as much, like that's not good either. Mm-hmm. So,
well, that's why the olds would wake up so early. You know?
And they go to bed kind of early too.
Super early, yeah. But
So I shouldn't be taking 15 milligrams of melatonin.
You got to be taking 3.
were you doing that? You got kind of some sleep issues, right?
Yeah. Usually like 10. Like if I'm only supposed to be taking 3, why are they selling 10 milligram tablets? And I wake up feeling hungover on like a Tuesday morning.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
Listen to Marianne. Marianne's
Dude,
got it.
What is it about Mondays though? where like, do you feel different on Mondays?
Yeah, I think you're more likely to be drinking on the weekend than hungover.
Eating like a bag of shit. Like it's got to be everything. But there is a genuine difference on Mondays. Am I right?
How you feel in the morning?
Correct.
Yeah, but sometimes it hasn't happened this year, but there are some Mondays where I'm like, let's go.
Right.
Or especially if it's like coming off a holiday, because I like having a routine. And if I am, if it's after Christmas or something like that, and I'm just like, I don't even fucking know what day it is, and then I feel like a fucking bum. So I like having at least.
Oh, dude, see, I love that little Twilight Zone era of like the 23rd to like
Yeah,
the
but then
2nd.
how long can that last though? Like if you're in that state like perpetually, you wouldn't start to feel like, I don't know, I got no direction in my life.
If someone took away my phone and my calendar and I was just to know what day it is by the sun, I think I'd like that.
Like you're an old school hunter. You want to be a hunter-gatherer?
No, I wouldn't.
Eddie's
I'm
ready.
Full of shit.
He's ready for the apocalypse.
I'm full of
Yeah.
shit. But
March is a big twilight month.
Oh, March kind of fucked me up too with the whole clocks thing.
Yeah, that and people are just drinking pretty much every weekend. As Eddie said, like March is all of St. Patrick's Day now. You just celebrate it through all of March.
dude, it is.
Tournament.
It's got big, the tournament. It's got big Christmas break vibes. You don't even need to know what day it is.
March has a color associated to it. How many months have a color associated to it? October does.
Yeah.
Right?
October's
October's
and
orange.
black.
March is green. Mm-hmm. February's probably pink or red.
Yeah. Christmas is red and green.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I guess December's red. So would you say February's pink?
Oh, you're just limiting it to just. You get, 1 month has to claim a color. They can't share it.
I think they do. Like it's almost like the what notebooks did you have? What color notebooks did you have for the subjects?
1,000%.
May is
All right.
yellow.
Does
Ooh, is May yellow?
That's what I think.
like
Spring,
a little,
rejuvenation.
little Easter pastel ducky kind of color?
Yeah.
I guess April's purple.
Yeah.
Why
I think
would
of
April-
April as purple too.
What the fuck? Why would April
But I
be
don't
purple?
think of December as red and green. I think of it as like a dark blue.
Dark
I don't know
blue?
why.
I would say December is either white for snow or red and green.
Can I give you one more?
Sure.
November is brown as fuck.
That's
Yeah.
true. November is fucking brown. We should make I've had the idea of doing like a Barstool calendar for a long time. I wanted to do the White Sox, like the 12 pictures of White Sox Day for every month, which I think would be hilarious. But maybe we should just put one out that just is not labeled at all. And it's just like, just different colors. And then people have to decide what month it is.
I like that.
What would you think January is?
So that's what I was going to say. I was going to January, August, June are almost colorless. They're gender neutral.
So yeah, I think you can make an argument that June is pink. That's like Mother's Day. Or no, is that Father's Day? Father's Day is June.
I could go for light blue.
Yeah,
June.
I was going to say January. I pictured light blue. I think this has a lot to do with a chart I had in grade school with colored labeled months.
You think
but
so?
you have agreed with me on most of them so far, which
Well,
is
you guys
throwing me
went to the
off.
same schools.
No, not grade
Not
schools.
grade school, yeah.
We already knew our months by,
Yeah, I'm sure there was
by
no
come high school.
crossover when you guys were on different sides of the street growing up.
That's true.
I don't know.
Probably got our books from the same place.
Does,
We got our
does
hot
July,
lunches
the only
from
one we
same
haven't
place.
talked about is July and September.
September's green.
No, I don't think so, dude.
I think September's green.
No.
I think September, I think of like kind of red for September too. Apples, fall, leaves color changing.
But that's why I
What a stupid podcast.
But you know, people at home are like, "Fuck it, no way, dude."
yeah, we're gonna get the fucking 3 kids discussing on YouTube meme.
Yeah.
I think
This is why white guys shouldn't have a podcast.
in my opinion, January, June, August, September just are.
They're colorless.
blank.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It's all right. Yeah.
They're for the colorblind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you guys can play in these months too.
Yeah, I think it's just colorless.
Do you have any friends that are colorblind?
No, I don't think so.
I found out one of mine was colorblind with only like certain colors though. And we were once riding a bus, and you know how they have those little waste paper baskets, and they're like kind of an army green. And he was just like, he's like, throw this out. I'm like, where's the garbage? He's like, that brown one over there. It's like the green one. He's like, no, it's brown. It's like, that is green. And that girl like waited next to us. She's like, I'm sorry, but that is green. He's like, what the fuck?
Excuse me. And
He's like, I thought I only had problems with blue and purple. Now I realize it's green and brown too. Like, bruh.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
a
like,
thing.
sorry you had to find out this way, Little Miss
Yeah, I feel
Sunshine.
bad for those people. I
you
feel like
gonna
you're
do?
missing out on some like joys of life.
Or like half your life was a lie.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that tree had brown leaves this whole time.
That was like the funniest thing to me. This is probably like 4 or 5 years ago. It was a Jets versus Bills color rush game. And then they both, like, the Bills wore blue and somebody else, I think the Jets wore green or something like that.
Yeah.
Or red and green, and everyone's like, it all looks the same. I can't tell the teams apart. I'm like, that fucking sucks.
It's a fucking nightmare. I played bocce against a guy who was colorblind, and the balls are like an army green and like a maroon. And he, like, you know.
He doesn't know what, yeah.
Basically
what
juggling
team.
them.
You have to, like, memorize whose ball went where, probably.
Exactly. Yeah, probably.
So what does he see, though? Just red is a different color? Like, it's not all black and white, right?
I wish I could tell you.
This is like another one of those things where it's like, how does he even describe it?
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking know what it is.
How does he know what month this color is?
We could all just be seeing, we could all say like that thing is blue, but we might all just see it differently.
Yeah, his blue is orange.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But that could go for the three of us too, and we just wouldn't even know. Because it's like we all call it blue because we all see some shade.
Yeah.
We're all locked in. It's like that Matthew McConaughey. It's like we're all just inside a locked room. Can't get out of it.
Yeah. Can you develop color blindness, or is that something that you're born with?
I don't know, but I did see, I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, I did see the opposite happen, where this girl bought her boyfriend glasses, and you just like put them on, and they're glasses for colorblind people. And he's like, whoa, like, wait, what? Like, that's what red looks like? He was like, he lost his fucking mind. He's like, this is the best gift ever.
Their knees buckle, start crying. Like,
color vision deficiency is usually passed on to a child by their parents. It's inherited and is present from birth, although sometimes it can develop later in life.
Great. Have that to look forward to.
Yeah. I don't like that.
I wonder do you think colorblind people are more prone to depression?
If they're looking at black and white,
yeah, you're just walking through a fucking gray life. You're like, this every day is November to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, right. I kind of see that. So they have like a color chart here, and it's basically what they see. So look, there's a green apple, a yellow apple, and a red apple, and they all just kind of look yellow or shit brown.
See, it's likely that they have like literally gray skies every day.
They're probably not as healthy either, because it's like, I'm not eating that. Would you want to eat that fucking taupe apple?
Yeah,
no.
That apple looks like the bad apple you would not pick at the grocery store.
And if your celery's brown, it's not appealing.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
They say that like
they can't tell when the bananas are bruised or not.
Yeah.
It's another good one. They say that like the reason women will wear like red lipstick and blush and stuff is because women, the color of fruit and women like co-evolved at the same time. So like our dumb male brains are just like, oh, that's fucking ripe right there. Yeah. And like that's like you kind of just see it and want it, like those bright colors.
I think that's why McDonald's uses red and yellow. It's supposed to like stimulate hunger.
I believe that.
Really? I kind of wish I did like a marketing minor or something like that. That shit's fascinating to me.
That almost feels like psychology, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
More than marketing.
You think so?
I think so.
But I always feel like I remember having a conversation with a guy about like the color scheme of like restaurants and like why they do this and why they do this and why they keep, like the cookies at the front register, because it's like more people are likely to just I'll take one of those too. I don't know, that shit's fascinating.
I kind of feel like that. Because I feel I got some serious shame associated with food, I would say, where it's like I don't want to go to the candy aisle and like walk around with it in my cart the whole time. I just want to be like, throw it in, get out of there.
Just a quick.
I don't want people looking at my cart thinking I'm some kind of
you'll put it in your sweatshirt, but like I swear I'm not stealing this. I'm going to pay for it. I just don't want anyone to see it.
You never want to like set out for the candy aisle.
No.
You just want to be passing it. And like that's why they put it by the register. I went to Dick's the other day and they put like a bunch of socks by the register. I was like, yeah, I'll take a pair while I'm waiting here instead of just like, actively seeking out the sock aisle.
Oh, see, I seek them out. I've been on like a Amazon sock spending spree just looking for like the perfect pair of socks.
Really?
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're getting old.
Yeah, but a lot of socks are dog so important.
Dude, I love that is one of those things where I will spend more money.
Yeah, me too. I got a nice pair on right now.
Those do look nice.
But I'm just an idiot. And if I have a bad pair, I still won't throw them out. I'll just be miserable and just wear them because it's like,
They manage to disappear on their own, though.
That's true. I don't know where they go.
The dryer monster, obviously.
Yeah. But I bought to that point, Ed, where it's like you'll just keep wearing them. I bought it now I have had like a package of socks delivered like every other week for like 4 months. But I did buy this pair, and it came in like these little like fucking cylinder things, and I put them on. I'm like, these fucking suck. I wore them 2 days and threw away the rest of them.
That was it.
And they were only like $8, but I'm like, I can't wear these, and they felt like they made my feet smell worse than normal.
Can't have that.
Can't have it.
Can't have that. And I mean, to be honest, too, talking about earlier about sleep and being like on top of your game, Danny, you kind of had to be today because we've been having some problems here. We got people moving in upstairs.
You got a full mariachi.
Yeah, basically, they're just playing their music loud as hell, and Danny just has no problem going up there and being like, hey,
I do love how Danny got hired as, the Barstool Chicago social media guy, which he does a great job with that. But then we make him do podcasts. We make him do the mid show. We make him be the office manager effectively. It's just like
security.
Yeah, he does.
Against guys who are always bigger than me.
Did you call like the service to get the shit cleaned off the door too? I feel like that you were on top of that.
Oh yeah, I called our guy Paco here.
Yeah, you have like 7 jobs here.
he's a Swiss Army knife, dude.
Well, these guys, and I think something should be coming out in this week's Stool Scenes, where I don't want to spoil it, but
tease it.
Something might have happened to White Sox Dave's car, dude.
Oh yeah,
due to construction guys that are always just stealing our spots, and
which are labeled.
Yes, and I don't feel bad after telling them 8 times.
Right.
But the problem is there's like different guys that a company outsources every time, so it's not like the same people.
Yeah.
But like parking in Chicago is so sacred, you should know that like you can't just park anywhere, especially a spot that's labeled something different.
Yeah.
Whatever. And today, they had a mariachi band basically going up there.
They did the same thing yesterday.
Yeah.
And then, like Pat Bev's coming in today, so it's like we can't be dealing with this.
Yeah.
Like while he's recording, that's how it gets over to HQ, and it's like, what kind of operation you're running over there? So you got to lay down the law sometimes against complete strangers, even if it isn't your job.
It's also just
you advocate
a wild,
for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a wild move just to like park in a spot. We're actually nice.
It's so wild.
A lot of people would just fucking tow them right
I know.
away,
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it. I might have to call it.
You're close to that. Yeah, they just
How
don't
much
listen.
of a dick move is that? But if you tell them 8 times, like I don't care anymore.
But it's not the same guy 8 times.
No,
Right.
but if you
it's-
see it's the same guy, I've seen the same guy a couple times, and every time he's like, I know, sorry, it's my fault, But it's like, all right, and you're still doing it.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
then it's on that.
And then
guy.
then we block him in because Eddie will park behind them since they stole a spot. So we'll block him in for like an hour. Like, hey, it's like putting your face in the dog poo.
Eddie's just got his feet up on the lounge, like he's ready to go home, but he's just like, no, I'm going to punish that guy.
I mean, it's just like what? Just I don't know. It's not yours. Like
right.
Respect.
It's like it can be a mistake once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now it's just insulting.
Now you're just being a dick.
Now you're just
An inconsiderate asshole.
Fool me once.
Shame on you.
Fool me twice.
Shame on me.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome. So
Great
the
finishing
Danimal
word.
came out a little bit in this week's Stool Scenes.
The Danimal. Speaking, we were talking. We had a conversation about bottom retainers.
I got one.
I got one too.
Permanent one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I fucking hate it.
So I put out a tweet a couple weeks ago saying that for the first time in 15 years, I'm having problems with my bottom retainer, and I don't even know if my orthodontist is still living anymore.
What's your problem with it?
Well, it started like it became a little loose on one side.
Okay, that's scary.
Yeah, and I could tell my bottom teeth are definitely shifting back, which is not great. And but like they kind of just throw this thing in your mouth when you're like, I was like 14, I think at the time, and I'm like 30 now, and they never talk about it again. Like, I don't know. There's like zero follow-ups to how your permanent bottom retainer is doing. So you're lost communication with your orthodontist for so long, and one day it happens, like, fuck, let me look up this guy's number.
I could not agree with this topic more.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
They don't prepare you enough. Like, hey, this is about to be in your mouth for the next 15 years.
Yeah, like give me even like a 10-year checkup.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
just like throw me on the street and be like, good luck, kid.
I also just bought like one of those scraper dental tools just because I feel like I get buildup like right underneath.
Oh, yeah, of course you do.
So I'm just in there like scraping away. I'm like, this probably can't be good.
It's the biggest gripe they have every time like you go to the dentist. Like, yeah, I want to get that area a little more. I'm like, yeah, it's hard when there's a metal bar covering it.
Do you remember that feeling when you got your braces off where you just went,
Oh, it's so weird.
it's so weird, but it was like awesome.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine
Oh.
what that feels like the back of your front teeth with your tongue. Cause I don't remember. because it's like I've had it, like Danny's saying, since I was 14 or 15.
Right.
I kind of just want to get it taken out just to feel that.
Yeah,
and if the teeth move, then it's like, I don't know. Might have been
Now I'm
worth it.
thinking about it in my mouth, and I'm kind of like, I don't like it.
You have a lisp all of a sudden.
Do I?
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I had to change the way I gleek. But so that day, not one but two people reached out in the DMs. Like, I think I was asking, like, oh, what do I do now? Like, I don't even know if my orthodontist is still around. And they both said that, like, within those 2 days, they had got it taken out, and they're like, I highly suggest doing it. And both of them 2 days later said that they had to go back and, like, get it put back in because something went wrong.
Really?
Yes.
Because I want to say that's the thing. I actually did get a check-up.
In your tooth. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
It's like, they put like glue over your bottom sharp
is that
teeth.
what it is?
Something
Okay.
like that.
I want to say that it's like, hey, just leave it in because if you take it out, they're going to shift again. With the bottom incisors that fucking just.
I wonder if
Weevil
it's one of
wobble.
those things where, like, 10 years from now, we'll be like watching TV and it'll be like the mesothelioma commercials.
Yeah.
If you had a bottom retainer in, like, do you want to be part of this
Yeah.
class action lawsuit
You've been
against
huffing metal for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
It was not good
Is
for
your
you.
bottom retainer accumulating
somehow,
rust?
somehow Dave ends up as the only one without oral cancer here. He dips 4 times a day.
Yeah. Now, you joke about your dentist. You don't know if he's alive or not. I think I'm actually screwed.
Why is
because my dentist, this is actually kind of strange now that I think about it. My orthodontist was Sears.
Was what?
Sears, Sears that went out of business.
Yeah.
I got my braces at Sears.
Is
They
that
have they
you
have
order it in a fucking catalog? How did you get braces
I
at
don't- dude,
Sears?
listen.
they just have a dentist office next to the like
Sears
shopping
did,
aisle.
Sears did everything. Yeah, it was Golf Mill Mall. Just take a little escalator up into Sears, and my guy was in Sears.
Joe,
Yeah.
I would not trust a guy doing
I
that.
mean, in hindsight, no, but I didn't know any better. My mom's just like, yeah, this is like where the insurance that we looked him up. He seems like he's okay.
He's reputable.
Yeah, and we're going to fucking Sears.
So was it called like Sears Dental?
Yeah, Sears is very departmentalized, like they got the salon, they got that, and they had an orthodontist.
They had a salon?
I mean, I think they had everything at one point, dude. They would sell houses, you know that, right?
Oh, yeah. I knew that, but
And when I say sell houses,
it's like the
you would
mortgage.
order a
Yeah.
house and they would like ship you one.
Like a modular house?
Yes, dude.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes.
I was thinking of like I thought they sold like mortgages. Like they had a branch of their business that did mortgages.
No,
like
no.
like GE. But maybe that was just for cars and
They
shit.
were big in family photography. Had to take a lot of Christmas kids pics there.
Where was I can't find it, but they would basically sell you these like.
And there's none left, right? The whole Sears is all gone.
There's none left in Illinois. I know
Okay.
The last one that just closed.
And they
last
used to
year.
have like the giant. They had I applied for this is like when I was like 23. I applied to be like the social media manager for Sears. So I had to go into their. I have a friend who's a headhunter, and she's like, "I think you would be great for this." And I'm like, "All right, well, I fucking hate my job now, so I'll go in." And I didn't get it.
I'm sorry to hear
Did not
that.
get it. Social media just not for me.
I mean, that's got to be hard
Yeah.
keeping up with them selling houses, having a dentist
I
office.
remember they had like some deal with the Kardashians where they're like they had some product line and they're like, we are really focusing on this. Maybe it was 2010. And I'm like, they're like, what do you know about the Kardashians? And I'm like, and I think I tried to make a joke. And I was like, I know she had a sex tape. They're like, well, sir, you are not
You're
getting
out.
this job.
Come on.
Yeah, so Sears Modern Homes. They sold more than 70,000 homes. It was a mail order catalog by Sears they got it from. They had 370 designs. They were primarily shipped via railroad boxcars. These kits included most of the materials needed to build the house. Once delivered, many of the houses were assembled by the new homeowner, relatives, friends, and neighbors, and is similar to the traditional barn raisings of farming families.
Wow. How did they go out of business then? They're selling everything and anything.
I don't know. It was actually pretty controversial. The guy, his name was like Eddie Lampert. So we should do a dog walk
Fucking
on that
Eddies.
maybe. Yeah, this guy he owned the land as well, and he was like a private company, but he was also the CEO of Sears. So to my understanding, he had some skin in the game.
Yeah.
If it went under, because then he would just make like shit ton of money from the land. But I don't know. Alleged. I love to toss the alleged tag on shit I don't know about. But it was fascinating where I believe at some point he basically was a CEO.
And then intentionally sank
it was alleged, I guess.
Alleged.
My orthodontist.
How worried are you about getting sued on a daily basis?
Dude, ever since the CM Punk got sued.
What did he get sued for?
He got Colt Cabanas. There's a story where CM Punk or someone got sued.
Can I say something about CM Punk? I'm not a wrestling guy. He bothers me.
Why is that?
I don't even have like a real reason, but I feel like he's like somehow he got crowned like the de facto Chicago guy, and he's at like all the parades, and like whenever like the Hawks were good or the Cubs are good, like they're like, well, we better have an interview with CM Punk. It's like, who fucking cares? Like he's like, I don't know. Like there's something about the way he looks and his name and everything that I just don't like.
I feel like we're about to get Elizabeth Olsen with that take.
That's fine. I know people love him. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, he does. He represents Chicago so much, but you also forget that he's even from here, if that makes sense.
I think he's from Lockport.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay,
that counts.
Yeah.
No, it counts. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying.
Well,
that.
yeah. Regardless,
I'm just saying where. Like he came into wrestling basically as I was getting out, so I kind of missed him.
Yeah.
But I still liked. Like he would be a guy that I'd like catch his clips and be like, oh, that guy's legit.
Okay.
And he's an electric wrestler. He's really. But at the same time, I believe they tried to get him on our shows and he's never said yes. So I hold a grudge for that.
Okay.
So I'm not that
Fair
much.
Grudge.
I'm not that much of a CM Punk guy anymore.
Okay.
But I do like him. If he comes on, then we could mend the fence. But
We'll see.
Yeah.
You speak for yourself. I'm not sure if I'm ready to mend any fences.
I would mend the fence with him if he came on the show because I'd like to talk to him. I think he's a big Hawks fan and shit.
Yeah.
And he likes the city a lot. Like I know, but
a lot of people like the city.
That just doesn't matter to you.
Yeah.
No care.
Yeah.
That's just you being anti-wrestling guy chief, though.
I don't think I would feel the same way about Stone Cold. We'll say that. If Stone Cold was a Chicago guy and he was like his character, I don't think I would be like
as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So WWE sued him for talking about them on a podcast.
Allegedly.
No, that's actual.
Okay.
Yeah. CM Punk, Colt Cabana facing defamation lawsuit from the WWE's physician. Because he had like a
the physician specifically.
Yeah. Okay. He had something happen with him where there was an injury or something. It might have been MRSA.
Who's your source? Joe Rogan podcast.
BleacherReport.com is the article.
British sleep doctor.
But yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. That's where I was like, oh fuck.
You can get sued for anything.
You can't just talk into a can on podcasts and people could actually come after your ass.
You can't just make shit up all the time.
No, I mean some people do, right?
Nah, you tell me.
Sorry. But that's a fantastic point, this bottom retainer shit.
Yeah. Well, what did you guys have besides braces?
Oh, buddy.
I went through the Stations of the Cross
works.
With the teeth.
Yeah. I had headgear.
No.
Yeah. Because I don't even think they make kids do that anymore. But I remember I was like 10 or 11, and at night, only at night, I didn't have to wear it to school, but at night they had like the things that you would clip onto your back molars, and then you would fucking strap into this thing.
Come on.
Yeah, and it was, and it hurt. It hurt. Like you would wake up in the morning, your mouth would be sore because it's like pushing it back and pulling it out wider. And I remember it was like this big metal contraption thing, and then it had like a blue strap, and I would like fight my mom. Like every fucking I don't want to put this on.
Was it like kind of like the neck brace thing? It looked like
it wasn't a full neck brace. It was
like people saw you, they might have thought you were got into a bad accident, but really you're just straightening your teeth.
Yeah, and but yeah, it was just like a one bar, like almost looked like an old Kickers kind of, but thinner metal, and then it would just hooked right into your back molars, and I fucking hated that thing. I hated the way it felt, hated the way it looked. Hated everything about it.
Are you a survivor of the expander?
Remind me what those were.
It would be on
the
roof.
Spacers. Oh, I don't think I had that.
The roof of your mouth, and like your parents would have to take a key and turn it every night, and it would like bring your teeth closer. And
No,
it was
I
like
didn't have
you
that.
had it for like
you have that?
a couple
Yeah?
months. It wasn't like
No,
a
I
week long
did
thing.
not. You did?
Yeah.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, it sucked. You had to learn how to talk again after that. You know, you had a lisp because the top of your mouth was just a chunk of metal.
Yeah. No.
Damn, I got lucky. Or maybe I didn't.
You know what? I didn't have that, but I definitely remember clicking something in that was not a retainer.
Yeah,
But I think
it
the
was in
spacer-
there though. It wasn't coming out.
Yeah, that was permanent.
Yeah, I didn't have I never had like a turnkey thing.
Fucking
Yeah.
Sears. They just tossed me a couple rubber bands and said go.
Yeah. Here's a free jacket while you're
Yeah,
here.
and I like. I feel bad for my parents and my dad specifically now because I there's 4 kids in my family, but I had braces. My sisters are much more like follow the rules people than I was. And so I would just like try to not wear the shit all the time. I had braces for probably like 5 years. And my sisters both had them for like 9-10 months. But mine, because I just didn't do what I was supposed to do, I had to have them. I think I got them in like 5th grade and then got everything off like freshman year.
Yeah, I got mine in 5th and got it off. Yeah, about 8th grade.
Yeah.
It's what do you think of some people still getting braces like at the age of like 28?
I respect it.
I do too.
If you want to get it fixed and like now you have the means to because you have your own
My cousin did
work
that.
life and whatnot, good for you.
My cousin did that where he did it later in life. He was in his 20s, but they ended up being like, yo, like we have to fucking break your jaw. So they like broke his jaw to like widen it out so he could space and like fit all his fucking teeth in. And yeah, like that's not, like I remember him doing that. But now if you're an adult, like Invisalign is like the
Right.
play, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of teeth, me and a friend and we were with this girl. We're walking past a guy and he just had super yellow teeth. And my buddy and I just joked like, "Oh, look at those lemon chiclets on that guy." And the girl was like, "Stop, that's mean." And I was like, in 2023, there's zero reason to have yellow teeth.
Now, how yellow were they? Like
Pretty yellow
legit?
for we could see them from like 10 feet away.
So you knew, okay?
Yes, but like how bad do you have to feel for someone with yellow teeth? You could spend $20 and wear the white
Whiteners.
strips for 6 days and boom, you don't have that problem again for over a year.
Those work that well? I've
Yeah.
never used the
I just
Yeah.
tried some new product that my dentist recommended to me. They were like $80, and I don't know,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Well,
how,
if you really want, you could spend like $100 on the overnight white strips too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If time is your
the
concern.
trays or whatever.
Dave
They
was
do like the
telling me.
laser whitening too, don't they? Don't they like blast the shit off of there?
yeah, they're like painted and shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think, too.
Dave got some crazy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dave got some.
It's like, bro, just
yeah.
get white strips, but he did a whole operation that I think they put him
Yeah,
under.
he's like, my
Dave-
teeth are gonna be movie star white.
Dave is like the king of like overspending on things for no reason. You know, like I don't know if you saw the clip today. It was out from the Donnie video where he's like, well, she's charged me, like he's getting a massage and he's like, she said she'd do my feet for an extra $100, so I just gave it to her. And it's like he always overspends on things, which is part of his charm. If he's got money in his pocket, it's burning a hole. The other last thing with braces that I just had that flashback, the amount of times I was trying to like suck in tears after getting like a dodgeball or a basketball in the face when it just got you like right in the teeth and you could feel like the inside of your lips like sticking to them.
Yeah.
The worst.
It was awful.
I got my braces like a couple days before Halloween when I was in 5th grade. Couldn't eat any candy. Just brutal timing. Why would you
Yeah.
ever get your braces before Halloween?
No milk duds for you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No
I have
milk
to
duds.
go back and
Popcorn,
get those
popcorn
rewired.
was out too.
Yeah, popcorn sucked. Popcorn still is probably the worst to have. First food to have, braces or not, where it just gets stuck in your throat some way, somehow, every time.
Oh,
I
it's so
remember when I was a little kid, I had like this black spot. It was like in my gum, and I was probably like 8. I was like, "What is that? Take X-rays. The whole I can't figure out what it is. Nothing's even popping up on the X-ray. Go to the dentist. It'll like the little popcorn kernel shell, like just had somehow like gotten down into my gum. They like thought it was cancer or something.
Crazy stuff.
That's talking teeth.
Yeah,
That's talking teeth.
teeth
All
and
right,
color
then.
blindness. We really covered the whole head today.
Yeah, exactly.
Ears next week.
Ears next. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get into some ears.
Yeah,
We could do ears for
that's
sure.
like my number one turn on thing.
Ears.
If a girl like just gives you the little like nibble on the ear.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
all right.
Hey, now.
Too much information for you
No,
guys?
no. I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I thought the conversation was slowly winding down. And it's right
It's the
back
first, you say ears, that's like the first thing that comes to my
Now
mind.
you're going to be just like sitting at bars and you're just going to be getting a nibble.
I'm not a PDA guy, though.
Nibble on the ear is like more than sex. It's like more sexual than sex.
Yeah.
Like more. There's more emotion into that.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's like I know what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, we could. We'll get into that.
Get
again.
back to ears.
Yeah, we'll get back.
See
to
you
it
next week.
point.
Tune in next week for
we
ear
will.
talk.
Speaking of next week, actually, I think I'm going to try something new on something as well. We always talk about movies, and I was like, "Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it?" I'm just going to start doing like a classic watch movie thing.
How far back we going?
I don't know. So I think it's going to be
doing Gone with the Wind.
No. Like it doesn't even have to be old. It could be from the 90s. It could be from the 2000s. Or I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe it's not even a classic. Maybe it's a bad movie. Maybe it's a good movie. But we used to do the docs, and I kind of want to start getting into it with movies. Like everyone has those movies in my eyes where you're like, yeah, it's a bad one. I haven't seen it. Sorry. You know?
Yeah.
It'll be a no shame zone.
Exactly. So it's a no shame zone, and it's for people to get movies
We're
under
all
their
watching
belt.
it together.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
We could probably stream it. Just come to the office.
probably,
do it at
yeah.
10 o'clock at night.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I already reached out to two people to join the show as well.
Nice.
I think Rico and Robbie.
We're getting replaced. You
No.
hear that shit?
It's going to be another day.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Rico and Robbie.
They're good ones for that.
Yeah. And we're going to do Taxi Driver.
Oh, great one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Never seen it. Three of
You
us
haven't seen it?
Nope. Three of us have never seen Taxi Driver.
Talking to me?
Yeah. Listen, we're talking Al Pacino. We're talking Martin Scorsese. It's like, that should be enough.
Are you talking Al Pacino? I think you're talking Robert De Niro.
Yeah,
Robert
Robert
De Niro.
De Niro.
Sorry. My apologies.
You really haven't seen it.
Well, those are two, you know.
Yeah. Not
so
all
yeah.
Italians look alike, all right, Ed?
I apologize.
Yeah.
So De Niro, Scorsese, it's less than 2 hours. It's on HBO Max. So you have a week.
It's an intense movie.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
You have a week to watch it.
It's not just about a guy who drives a taxi. It's a little deeper than that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Have you seen it? Mm-hmm. You have?
I saw it probably just like 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
I think I was about the same. I saw it during COVID for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, gonna be a little recap show, and then we'll find some that will.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
gonna
I
be
like
kind
that.
of a rotating cast and whatnot.
Like that.
All right.
All right. It was nice. It was nice getting to talk to you all these past couple months.
Don't say
He's having
that.
Rico on, and now
fine.
Don't say that.
Do you want to say the S word? It's a squeeze out.
Not a squeeze out. We like to try things on this show. I've tried different formats, different variety, and now with the mid show, this show, our fucking I got squeezed.
You did.
We started the mid show, and then our free swims got squeezed.
Yeah.
Kind of. But listen.
Fuck, I forgot something today.
What's that?
I bought a gift for Dave and for Tom. I got him a nice spittoon. We talked about it.
Oh,
this
sick.
week. Yeah, so
There
I'll
we
have to, but I left it at home, so I might have to run home here and grab it.
And grab it.
Yeah.
But no, we'll do. I want to see how people respond to these. If people like them, I think it's a good idea because everyone has like, all right, yeah, let's do it, and then everyone's on the same page. And if you have seen it, like you probably are going to enjoy,
especially
people
that
talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're going to start with Taxi Driver, like I said, HBO Max, and we'll see how it goes.
I like it.
And let us know. Let me know the feedback, people. I'm always trying to tinker and tamper. This is year 5. You got to keep it fresh.
No one knows what the show can be.
Exactly. It's a bag of tricks. A great interview tomorrow.
Who is it?
It's the guy. He's on Twitter. He's got an awesome Twitter account. It's the car dealership guy. And
I don't think I know this one.
it's just his what's his handle, Harry? Car dealer. That's his name. Car dealership guy is the name on Twitter. I forget exactly what the handle is, but we just get into like the markets of cars. It's fascinating. I loved it, so I hope other people do.
Well,
I thought it was fascinating.
I'm in the market.
There you go.
I have to get one because we're moving offices. So.
And it's just trends and shit. Like it's not even just like, oh, how do I walk in there and pay like haggle? This is like, hey, like this is what's going on with EVs. This is what's going on with like he goes like tiers of like what like a lower end car, a medium price car, and like a luxury car, and he tells you what's the best value and shit like that. It's very interesting. At least I thought it was. So look out for that tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, like an announcement brief at the end. So
Yeah.
that's for real. Now that's it. Thank you guys. We will see you all tomorrow.